Hi, good evening. The time is about 8, 8:12, and basically I would say today was just planning. Today was getting rid of the anxiety because I am starting a new series this from the 1st of March, which is tomorrow. And it's simple. I want to be documenting getting my first 100 startup customers. And then I just had to use today to take out the time to plan, to set a very realistic goal. So for the next 6 months, our goal is having 200 customers, paying customers. And then we have to do things like plan our conversion rates, how much we're going to use to acquire these customers, our acquisition channels, how much we're going to budget. So I kind of wrote some things down. We're considering having inbound leads and cold calling. So for the inbound, we need a digital marketer who would give us we're aiming for about 5 million impressions. So what that means is that we have to be creative. We cannot post boring things. We have to post things that are very, very valuable and very, very action packed. So well, we kind of planned that out already. Currently, my co-founder is currently on the hunt for a digital marketer. So we really believe that going hard on marketing and going hard on sales while patching up the system, because right now I built the system and I see a lot of bugs, but I don't use that as an excuse not to move forward. So that's being said, the primary aim right now is strictly sales. So while we go sales, then when we go aggressive on sales, at some point we have to um, work our way back and focus on the product also. Then on the other hand, I had a meeting with Anita, and then I was like, she should put me through what it's going to take for me if I want to join if I need to join the sales team, because as a founder, I firmly believe that I should not allow people to go through what I cannot go through. So what that means is that I will not be the kind of person who sits down and watches people sell his product. No, I want to sell the product. I want to be on that call. I want to do the hard things. So when people say things like, I don't know what it feels like to be rejected, I'm like, okay. When it comes to rejection, I have been rejected by women quite a number of times. So I kind of feel like in sales it's different. So Anita is coming in to the office tomorrow, and we'll brainstorm. We'll plan out my daily activities. So right now, I have just 4 main activities, which evolves around content, startup, workout, study. Those are my 4 activities for the entire day. Every other thing is either resting or catching up, basically. So this is also part of my content time. And part of this my 180 this my 180 days journey. I want to actually be very intentional on Instagram. I figured that my Instagram, I figured that I was not really clear on what I was doing, but now it makes sense. I just want to document my journey. I'm not aiming to have a million followers. It's a goal actually. No, I want to make it a goal because the goal become more interesting if I find a way to make my interest very interesting to other people. So what that means is that if I can make my startup journey very interesting, you would follow. So I'm to make my startup journey interesting for other people and introduce them to my world. So I'm going to be doing content on my workouts, self-improvement topics, what I've discovered in books that I have read, what I have read in books that I don't really agree with. And I've noticed that when you read a lot, you get to realize that some ideas are very, very interesting. At the same time, they are contradicting. You see ideas like you should have the first mover advantage, and literally you see somebody else who's giving you a different kind of advice, which is about not being the first, because being the first is very risky. And it's okay if you're the second. So that's how it goes. So I kind of I want to make videos on that, minimal edits, I just put slight captions and then post it out there on Instagram. 180 days, even on Instagram stories, I come and I talk, try to engage my audience. I want to basically act like I have like an audience of a million, hoping to have an audience of a million by the end of the year. So for my content, I'm considering targeting about 100,000 followers by the end of 6 months. As we speak right now, I really don't have a way to monetize my audience. So I really feel like, that is, if I really want to monetize them in the first place, I kind of like believe this idea that I should just keep giving and giving and giving. So I want to get to the point where when I want to ask, I'm asking from a very handful of people, and those very handful of people should be okay for me. That is, I don't know yet, but my point is, I just want to give and give, because I got this concept from Alex Homonzi. Well, I got this concept recently, and Alex Homonzi, I would say, magically spoke on the topic, and he says that the longer you can delay for the ask while you're just giving and giving and giving value, the more audience I can gather, and then the more people will trust me. So, like I said, my core of paying the bills, my way of paying the bills is through my SaaS. I'm just documenting my journey, teaching people what I have learned in the past, and basically talking about self improvement. So, oh, please, mind you, you might observe that my shooting style is different because there's no light, and there has been no light since morning. We've been having power outage. Most of the videos that I shoot, they were shot in that manner because I had my backup power, but my backup power right now is drained because we barely had lights. There's been power outage throughout the entire day, so which I would say messed up my. I would say messed up because my 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 backup supply just ended about 2 hours ago. I'll say yes. So for the entire day, it was somewhat available and somehow productive. That's all for today. Trust me, I will see you tomorrow. Thank you very much. Talk to you soon. I had 180 days go.